What if I told you that in 1957, a mysterious figure named Valiant Thor arrived at the Pentagon, claiming to be a visitor from Venus, not in a spaceship battle or a covert mission, but with a message of peace? Sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but according to Dr. Frank Strange's book Stranger at the Pentagon, it actually happened. And today we're taking a deep dive into this mind-blowing story. Let's start with the basics. According to Strange's, on March 16, 1957, Valiant Thor's spacecraft landed near Alexandria, Virginia. Imagine the scene. Military personnel rushing to secure the area, and then encountering not an alien creature, but someone who looked eerily human. Thor wasn't just any human look-alike. He claimed to be from Venus and had come to Earth on a mission, offering solutions to some of humanity's biggest challenges. Think world peace, advanced technology, even cures for diseases. From there, he was escorted to the Pentagon and even had meetings with President Eisenhower and Vice President Nixon. It's said that he spent hours explaining how these solutions could transform our world, but not without cost. His ideas involved a complete restructuring of society, eliminating economic disparity and focusing on collective well-being. A radical shift that during the Cold War felt too risky for the US government to even consider. Now let's talk about Thor himself. What made him so fascinating was that he looked almost entirely human, except for a few key differences. He was taller than average, had striking blue eyes, and, wait for it, 6 fingers on each hand. And don't forget the suit. Thor wore a material so advanced that scientists at the Pentagon couldn't identify it. They tried drills, acid, even bullets, and nothing could damage it. If that's not enough to convince you he wasn't from around here, Strange's also described Thor's abilities. He could teleport, communicate telepathically, and bypass the Pentagon's security systems as if they weren't even there. What really sets this story apart, though, is Thor's message. It wasn't just about technology or governance, it was deeply spiritual. Thor spoke of unity, compassion, and even referenced Jesus Christ, saying the Venetians recognized him as a universal figure. Thor proposed solutions that could end poverty, eradicate diseases like cancer, and eliminate the need for war. He described an economic system where everyone's basic needs were met: food, shelter, and healthcare. It was, in many ways, a vision of utopia. But there was a catch. These solutions required massive societal changes, and the US government wasn't ready to take that leap, especially with the Cold War looming over every decision. And let's not forget, Thor wasn't just here to talk about Earth. He shared glimpses of life on Venus. According to Strange's, Venusian society was a utopia. They lived underground to avoid the planet's harsh surface conditions and had advanced technologies to control their environment. And here's the kicker. They also worshipped the same god as humans and believed in spiritual growth as a cornerstone of their civilization. It's a mix of high-tech science and spirituality that feels both futuristic and ancient. He also mentioned the Council of Planets, a sort of intergalactic UN, where advanced civilizations communicated and coordinated efforts to guide younger species like ours. According to Thor, Earth was at a critical crossroads. Now we know what you're thinking. This sounds too wild to be true, but Strange's claimed to have physical evidence, including a photograph of Thor taken at a UFO convention in New Jersey. The photo, allegedly taken by August C. Roberts, shows a man in a suit blending into the crowd. Strange's also said he underwent FBI interrogations and even passed a lie detector test about his encounters with Thor. But skeptics point out that much of this story relies on Strange's account. There's little corroborating evidence, and the idea of a visitor from Venus clashes with what we know about the planet's hostile environment. And then there's the shadowy element. Strange's described harassment from the infamous Men in Black, who allegedly tried to silence him about Thor's existence. He even claimed they orchestrated a car accident to stop him. Thor eventually left Earth, reportedly aboard his spacecraft Victor 1. Before departing, he warned that humanity's choices in the coming decades would determine its future, whether we'd join the interplanetary community or face destruction due to our own flaws. So what does this all mean? Whether you believe in Valiant Thor or not, his story raises fascinating questions about our place in the universe. Are we truly alone? Or are there civilizations out there watching, maybe even guiding us? It also makes you wonder, if someone offered humanity a path to peace and prosperity, would we be ready to take it? Or are we too rooted in fear and conflict to embrace such change? And let's not forget the spiritual aspect. Thor's message wasn't just about fixing the physical world, but evolving as a species, embracing compassion, unity, and a higher purpose. So what do you think? Was Valiant Thor real? Or is this just a fascinating story? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Truth is AI. We'll be back with more deep dives into the mysteries of the universe. Until then, keep looking up and keep questioning everything.